Eleni, shall we skip Sunday school then today? Let the kids go home with the parents? All right. For today, though, let's talk a little bit. We've been talking about what? Joshua. That's right. We've been talking about Joshua, and before that we were talking about Moses and the children of Israel leaving from Egypt and going to the Promised Land. Do you remember why the Promised Land is where they're supposed to go, though? They got the Ten Commandments on the way, that's right. But why is God bringing them to the Promised Land? Why are they going to that place specifically? Why are they not going to Timbuktu or to England or to Michigan? Besides that, those are a longer way. Well, it's a long way and it wasn't discovered yet. Fine, that's true. Why do you think? They can learn there, but there's a very simple reason. They're going to the Promised Land because that's where their people came from. More specifically, it's where Abraham and Isaac and Jacob lived. Remember, we talked about them like years ago now, so it's a long time ago. Okay? In fact, the children of Israel have been in Egypt for 400 years. How many of you know where your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents lived 400 years ago? What would you guess? Probably in Greece. Pinalada. Orea. Do you know where your ancestors used to live 400 years ago? Somewhere in Europe. Do you know? "400 years ago, if they were in Flint, I'm impressed." What do you think? Piladra and Daxi. So you have an idea. Now, and what do you think? Canada, 400 years ago? People that look like us had only just gotten to Canada 400 years ago. That's okay. All right. For some of you, it's a nice and simple answer back in Greece. For some of us, it's a little bit more complicated, all over several different places. But for those of you who came from Greece, imagine if a man came to you and said, "Guess what? We're going back." Someone came here to the U.S. and went through all the parishes and collected until there were 600, 700, 800,000 Greeks all ready to go back. Okay, that would be kind of a big deal. All right? This is what we're talking about. Admittedly, it doesn't involve the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean and all of that. Okay, it just involves a walk through a desert. But still, this is a lot of people going back to a place that they've never been. They've only ever heard about it. Now, you've been to Greece, so that's okay. But imagine if you'd never been. You had just heard that once upon a time, great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa, how do you even say that? O perisotros megalos papus. Ilse Pinalada, and now we're going back. We're going to go and see where they lived. We're going not just to see it, but we're going to take possession. Because God gave it to him, and now we're going to receive the promise. This is what's going on. They're going back to where they're supposed to be to take possession, to have a place to live that's special and unique and only theirs. Because they've been sort of visitors and strangers amongst larger peoples for a while. Okay? So this is why they've been wandering in the desert. This is what they're about to do. And the next thing that's going to happen is they have to cross a river, because there's a river between them and where they're going. So next time we're going to see how they get across the Jordan River. So what do you think? They're going to build a bridge? They're going to swim? What do you think is going to happen? A boat would make sense, but that's not actually what happened. Wait and see next time and make sure you come. All right, let's stand up, make a line. It's time for communion. And then after communion, just go back to the pews, join your parents, and have a beautiful weekend. Thank you for coming today.